Alright, so you guys wanted me to do this, so I did watch ReZero. So, and I was like, yeah, it was a good anime. But I don't see the big deal about that anime because, through what I know, a lot of people were on that anime and they actually love that anime. Like, it's the best anime ever and everything. And this is my personal opinion, alright? You guys can still love the anime. I'm not saying you guys can't, okay? But it really wasn't that much of a great anime when I personally watched it. I mean, yeah, it was good. I'm not saying it was bad, alright? But it wasn't like it's the best anime or anything like that. It was fun to watch. Uh, like I wouldn't watch ReZero the second time if anything for me, because I enjoyed it just once. I don't feel like I'll enjoy it again because I feel like it kind of would get boring. Unlike a lot of anime that I personally think are much better than ReZero. Now I'm gonna get I'm pretty sure this video is gonna get a lot of dislikes for me saying that personally. That's just how I see it because I think it's just not my taste. I would say. Like I'm personally not a big fan of the main character because for me, when it comes to a series, the main characters are the ones who make the series. So I'm not a big fan of Subaru. I know he's an underdog character and everything, but here's the thing about Subaru. Like the way he acts, the way he does things, it's realistic. Yes, I will agree. It is realistic to what a normal person would do. But at the same time, like, it just feels like it just doesn't feel like the main character tried much. Like yes, at the end of the series he did some shit. Okay, I will agree with that. But it just doesn't feel like the main character tried much and achieved a victory through what he had. So basically, I felt like I was just watching a repeat of the main character doing the same shit over and over again. And I know it is that way. It is like he dies, he comes back, he does the same shit. And that's the reason why I think so I wasn't a big fan of it. Now, I know a lot of people are fan of it. I know it's more realistic compared to a lot of isekais. I will say it. It is more realistic compared to a lot of isekais because stuff that is happening throughout the series, stuff that the main character experiences throughout the series, it's very realistic. But at the same time, like it just feels like the main character isn't that much of a special guy. Now, as for Rem, yeah, a lot of people like her. I know. I'm not a big fan of her. And I'm gonna get a lot of hate for making this video. I am sure I'm gonna get a lot of hate for making this video. Oh, oh. But personally, I just didn't feel like actually I'm not a big fan of her, to be honest, because she literally tried to kill Subaru in the start of the series and then tried to make up with him. It's like, jeez. I'm like, no. And I understand her point of view too. It's like, the witch is sent and everything, and I do understand that Subaru is some kind of special guy who's got the witch's powers and everything, all of that, the rewinding time and everything. But at the same time, it's like, no, no, I'm not a big fan of that shit. I really am not, cause I actually liked Amelia more than Rem, to be honest. But that's just my personal opinion again. Then again, Amelia also was kind of not something that I was a big fan of. But anyways, I'm not saying the series is bad in anyways. All right, I did point out the mistakes, but the series also had the pros of like it had its mistakes there. It had its cons. I pointed those out, but it also had the uh good old underdog story, which I'm a big fan of. When it comes to an underdog story, I'm a big fan of those. So it was good underdog story. It was yeah, the story was pretty good. I will agree with that. But characters kind of felt meh. Maybe if I read a light novel, I'll be a big more big a fan of the series, but to be honest, it's not an great series. It is just a good series in my eyes. Now a lot of people would say it's a great series because yeah, I could see where they are coming from, but I just watched better. That's just my argument to it, and that's just it. I just watched better. And I know for an isekai, yeah, that was a great series for an isekai. But just in general, if you ask me, nah, I watch better in general. If you ask me, I have watched better in general. So, and I made this argument in the Rising of the Shield Hero too that I'm a big fan of the underdog stories and everything, but it's a good story for an isekai. But I watch better. That's just basically how it goes for me. When I see a good isekai, that's like Konosuba. That's a completely different case. All right, Konosuba is untouchable. No anime can ever go there. Yeah, that's right. I said it. You guys want to argue? Go ahead. But Konosuba is the best anime I've ever seen, and that shit is never gonna change. So yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna get a lot of hate for making this video. I already know that because I personally just had it. Like I personally, there's the things I liked about the series. Now, the things I liked about the series was the story. It was a good story. I'll give that point to it. It had it was going up to at the end of the series, like end of the series. So end of season one. So yeah, I actually like that. The build up and everything. Again, not a big fan of the characters of the series because I didn't really feel the characters were anything special, to be honest, that I would actually praise them that much. Uh, but yeah, the story, the build up was there. I would say it also had the good old element of the shock moment, the tragic moment, suddenly coming out of nowhere. But yeah, for me, I had already been spoiled on a lot of things, so I really didn't feel that kind of shock. Yeah, I was spoiled on a lot of things. I had a good friend who spoiled me on a lot of things, so yeah. Anyways, that is pretty much it for ReZero. I would like to know what do you think about ReZero, and I know a lot of people would say it's a great anime and everything. Again, it's not a great anime in my eyes. It's a good anime in my eyes, but not a great one. So just gonna say that. And I'll see you guys in the next video. As always, peace.